What's up, everybody? Today I got a scrap wood project, and it involves this here t-shirt. See, this was given to me as a Christmas present one year, and I really like it. I don't want to throw it away. The problem with it is it was bought at least one size too small. This is a medium t-shirt, and well, I'm well out of medium and well on my way to extra large anyways. So I want to hang it up, but this being hung up is not exactly appropriate. So if y'all got old t-shirts you don't know what to do with, keep watching. Let's get some scrap wood. So to start off any project, you need an idea and some measurements. So while I take these measurements, let me tell you about the idea. This idea came from my mother-in-law. See, years ago when me and my wife got together, she put a Dale Earnhardt t-shirt into a picture frame. We had it hanging up in the house for years because it was a pretty cool idea, I thought. It looked really good. Now, I'm not so much into Dale Earnhardt as I used to be, so it's not necessarily hanging up in the house. But we do have it stored in the closet, just in case, I don't know. Maybe we'll hang it up again someday. Right now, I got all these Star Wars t-shirts, and this one don't necessarily fit, as I have explained before. So, I thought it would be cool to turn it into a soundboard. See, my shop is a wood shop first, and a man cave second. It, however, is not necessarily a YouTube studio, nor do I want it to be. But I do want to make YouTube videos, and I want the sound quality to be the best it can for y'all. After ripping these boards to 1.5 inches, why 1.5 inches? I don't know, it just felt right. I'm going to go ahead and use the measurements that I took earlier, which were 13.5 and 16.5. It seemed like a pretty good area, and like maybe it might catch a little bit of sound, you know what I mean? Once we get them all cut down to length, we can figure out how we're going to put these things together. Brad nails would probably be sufficient for this particular project. Maybe even just a couple drops of glue, because it's not really structural and it's not going to hold a whole lot of weight. I'm picking pocket holes because they're quick and easy, they're strong, and, well, you just can't beat them really. Now the scrap wood, it's just pine wood. I got it laying around the shop everywhere. Now, if you don't have a pile of scrap wood, you could run down to your local box store. You could pick up some 1.5 inches by 3/4 stock, and it would be just fine and dandy. And you could make the same thing. But being in my shop for a while, I have compiled a great deal of scrap wood that you may have seen in other videos. And I really need to get some of it used up because it's getting a little out of control. You probably thought I was going to go over and start screwing these together, didn't you? Well, come on now. If y'all would subscribe to the channel and you watch me a lot, you would know that I'm going to throw chamfers on all 4 of these. I can't leave that ugly square edge on there. We got to round that thing over, knock it down. Putting a chamfer on this thing. And in hindsight, I probably should have waited till I had it screwed together. So I probably should have put the screws in it first. So if you've seen any of my videos, you probably know I use pocket holes a lot. Which is kind of crazy because I absolutely hated the damn pocket hole jig that I had originally bought. See, I didn't want to spend the money and get one of the big ones. I bought that little $20 or $30 piece of garbage, and man, I hated pocket holes. Hated them. That thing sat in my drawer until I finally went and broke down, and I think I spent like $70 on the K4 when it first come out. And then I put it into my fixture, and man, it has been just a lazy river ever since I got that thing. Pocket holes are great. They are a newbie's dream. you can build anything with pocket holes. You don't have to be a master woodworker. And the stuff looks good as long as you hide them. And if you plug them, I think the plugs myself look pretty cool. I used them on the outside of an entertainment stand, and everybody loved them. See, here I am, back at the router, because my dumbass couldn't wait to chamfer shit. Well, I had to knock corners off anyway. It'll be alright. So, you didn't actually think that we were going to get out of this video without sanding anything. I guess we could have, but I don't know. It just seemed like I had to sand something. I hadn't sanded anything all day. Might as well start with this, right? Now, we got a frame made. We can stuff a t-shirt over it. Now, my original idea for this was to fill this frame with insulation that I had left over from insulating my shop. But I quickly found out I don't have any leftover insulation. So that wasn't going to happen. So getting this here centered took me a little bit, and putting the staples in took me a little while longer, because I'm not real good at folding clothes to start with, and folding them over top of a picture frame that I just made. Well, yeah, like I said, it just took me a while. So we're going to go ahead and rush on through this. So one of the important things about sound panels is placing them where they're going to catch sound. So I thought maybe if I hung them on my cabinets, it would catch sound better. Well, I might not have measured the cabinet before I made the frame, because the frame don't fit on the cabinet door. So now I have to figure out somewhere else to hang it. And again, if I'd have made it just a little bit smaller, it would have slid right up inside them shelf brackets and looked pretty cool right up underneath that shelf. But I didn't do that either. Now I gotta figure out where to put this sound panel so it'll catch some sound. What in the hell am I gonna do? Well, I guess it's just gonna be a cool picture hanging up in my shop. So we're just gonna place it dead center underneath the CV, that way y'all can see it. And I don't know, it's not a great location. So to hang this thing up, I just ran some 2.5-inch panhead screws, them copper ones I always use, because against a black t-shirt you can't see them at all. And trying to run these screws in this hardwood was kind of kicking my butt a little bit. And I didn't want to pre-drill it, because if I pre-drilled it, it would have twisted my t-shirt up. And I want it to look good. That's why I spent an hour working on this picture frame. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you save a favorite t-shirt. Looks great. Does it sound any better? Does it sound any better? Well, I'm gonna need a few more probably. But it looks better than just them dull gray sound panels. So, yeah, that's all I got for you today. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.